You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. A Tuesday was a kind of a rare day out at LSU because on Tuesday is when there's player availability with the media, but they made 4 true freshmen available. And that just very seldom happens. Forgive me, 3 true freshmen and a redshirt. Kyle Parker's the redshirt freshman. But Dashawn Spears, Ahmed Breaux, Trey'Dez Green, 3 true freshmen that have played in every game so far this year. And, when Brian Kelly met with reporters on Monday, he kind of referenced this point in the game where Dashawn Spears, Dominic McKinley, Gabe Relaford, PJ Woodland, you had 4 true freshmen in the game at once. And it's just evidence of the direction this team is going. Like they are getting younger. They're turning to their young talent and saying, we're just going to understand there's going to be growing pains, but you're the most talented guys we got, so we're going to let you go figure it out. And so it was interesting to hear those guys talk, in particular Spears and Breaux on the defensive side of the ball. And I thought one of the things that really struck me was how each of these guys, even the offensive guys with Parker and Trey'Dez, they talked about the assistant coaches that they're working with. Like, for example, here was Ahmed Breaux talking about working with Bo Davis.
No, that's a funny experience. but that's my dog, man. I love Coach Bo, man. You could tell him anything. He really cares. He really cares for who he coaches. He doesn't just see you as a number. He sees you as, I could compare it to like one of his sons. He sees us as that, and he wants to coach us the hardest as long as we want to get coached too.
I'm going to come back to more Breaux here in a second, but Ahmed Breaux was coached in high school up at Ruston by Kyle Williams, former LSU All-American, longtime NFL defensive tackle Kyle Williams, who said, man, I'm used to Coach Bo because I played for Kyle Williams, who would always yell at me too. I mean, you cannot go out to an LSU practice and miss Bo Davis or Brad Davis. I mean, they are loud, they are vocal, it is unmistakable, but it's also so abundantly clear how much better these interior players are playing right now because they're being coached better, with better technique, better leverage, all of it. And the upside is tremendous with these young guys. And you're starting to see it, even without Jacoby and Guillory, a position that we all knew, and Brian Kelly even said it after the spring game. The biggest question was that interior defensive line. That's why they went so hard in the portal after it. But you're starting to see some of these young guys grow up, which was good to see. It was interesting with Dashawn Spears. Of course, Jacoby Stevens isn't the safeties coach, but he is working on staff. Former 5-star LSU safety, played that hybrid role as well. And Dashawn Spears kind of lauded the work and the relationship that he has with Jacoby Stevens. It
would be Jacoby Stevens. Yeah, he's really helped me throughout since I got here. It's probably the 3rd day I got here, we was doing drills and stuff. He really seen the potential that I had, so he really showed me the ropes. I
mean, Jacoby was a guy that showed up as a 5-star as well out of Tennessee. And he was forced into action early, and we saw Jacoby throughout his career play a lot of different spots. Free safety, strong safety, kind of that hybrid role closer to the line in Dave Aranda's defense. So you could see a lot of that in Dashawn Spears. But like Brian Kelly said on Monday, the safeties right now, they are going bare bones on safeties. I mean, they are just saying, we want 3 things. Who can play with leverage on the football, who can tackle, and who can communicate. That's it. You do those 3 things, and then maybe we'll move you into the box. And then we'll get a little creative with blitzes. But right now, it is too high safety. It is, hey, just don't let anybody get behind you. I mean, that's basically the role of the safeties right now. But it's evident across the entire field. And maybe there's part of this, the skeptic would say, well, what do you expect a player to say? He gets in a press conference, he's asked about his coach. Is he really going to say anything bad? I mean, maybe not. But most of us still have that image lingering in our brain of Matt House after the bowl game last year. When he tried to go dap up the defensive lineman. And even a guy like Mekhi Wingo, who is a veteran player, wore the 18 jersey. It's obvious. They're dismissive of the guy. And how different the tone is now with these guys. Even on the offensive side, like Kyle Parker, who's a redshirt freshman, He talked about Cortez Hankton working with the receivers.
He's a real personable coach, I would say. Coach Hankton is a great guy. He's not a big rah-rah guy, but he'll give it to you straightforward, let you know what you need to know or whatever you need to fix. And he emphasizes that a lot. I mean, he's always going to be hard on us because he expects us to be at such a high standard. So him being hard on everybody like that, I mean, he's a great coach. I mean, he's just always going to make sure we're doing the right thing in the right position. He's going to put us there to make plays. So
Kyle Parker looks like he's kind of emerging as one of the next great ones in that group. A young guy, but could get there. I said I wanted to go back to Ahmad Breaux because I think that's maybe the most interesting because Ahmad Breaux, he's light. He's 270 pounds. I think he said he's actually 280, but he showed up light. He was a defensive end and showed up here to play defensive end. And when they realized they were going to be light on numbers and experience at defensive tackle, they moved him inside. Here was Ahmad Breaux switching to tackle for men.
Coach Kelly had that plan, before spring ball started, and it wasn't really ideal for my development to gain all that weight in that short amount of time. So we waited till after the spring, and I was more than happy to do it. Getting coached by Bo Davis, playing in a spot where I'm more fitted, and I mess with it a lot.
So he was very open to it, but again, Ahmad Breaux went from 245 pounds, 240, 245 when he showed up on campus playing defensive end in the spring, to having to gain 40 pounds. He kind of he talked about how he gained 40 pounds after the spring.
They just gave me like a map, how much protein I'm supposed to eat and all that. And honestly, I didn't go up that much in body fat. And I just ate a lot of Whataburger. I ain't gonna lie to you. And what they had in PNC, the PNC, the chefs, they're great. They recommend whatever you need to eat. And they cook good stuff, honestly. And I was eating on that. I did it the right way.
PNC, that's the nutrition center. But he said he ate a lot of Whataburger. Listen to this. You're talking about a personable young guy. This was Ahmad Breaux's order at Whataburger.
What's your Whataburger order?
You're a Whataburger guy?
My Whataburger order. So I order a sweet spicy bacon burger with jalapenos on it, 3 large fries, and a large Powerade. Yeah, gas.
Did he say 3 large fries?
Yeah, he said three large fries.
Who needs that?
A guy you moving from defensive end to defensive tackle and trying to gain 40 pounds.
I'm going to tell you, that is not the way to do it. So I don't mean to tell stories like because this isn't a Glory Days thing. It's just an illustration. So I played offensive line in high school. I'm a small guy relative to a lineman, right? But they wanted me to play at 230, right? And when you're wearing 30 pounds of pads and you have 2 days, like you lose a ton of weight. So I would go to McDonald's and I would order a 20-piece McNugget.
So good, dude.
And I would get the double quarter pounder with cheese meal supersized, right? Because I don't even know if you can still supersize.
I don't think you can.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. But hey kids, they used to say, hey, look, supersize you to get fatter, get more Coke, get more sugar, and more fries. Anyway. I don't think they do that anymore.
I think it only goes to large now. Yeah.
Anyway. So that I would eat that all the time. And I'm here to tell you, that is a terrible way to try to gain weight. That is not healthy. Do not do that. Don't play his Whataburger order again.
What's your Whataburger order?
You're a Whataburger guy?
My Whataburger order. So I order a sweet spicy bacon burger with jalapenos on it, 3 large fries, and a large Powerade. Yeah, gas.
I pity his roommates. And by the way, this is also not an endorsement for Whataburger or anybody. It's not an endorsement. Personally, I actually don't like Whataburger. Had a bad experience with Whataburger when we lived in Houston. When Drew was born, there was a Whataburger by the hospital. Had it one time. Didn't go well, if you know what I mean. And so just haven't been back. I'm sure it's fine. Again, it was one bad. Everybody can go anywhere and have bad. That's no commentary on Whataburger or McDonald's or anybody. I ain't trying to call nobody out. You do you. Just don't really do fast food. I'm just telling you. I'm glad Ahmad Breaux was able to do it without just hammering down on Whataburger. You gain that weight the right way.
Yeah.
And a buttload of Powerade probably isn't the best thing either to do. You know what I mean?
Large Powerade there.
Drink Evermore, Ahmad Breaux. But I love seeing Ahmad Breaux make this transition inside because Don McKinley, the ceiling he's got. Ahmad Breaux, they're very high on. And then look at what's coming. I mean, they've got 4 defensive tackles already committed for 2025. It's just it's a youth movement. It's what they're doing. I'll keep giving you this example, but it's what they did 2 years ago at offensive tackle with Jones and Campbell. They just made the commitment to say, you know what, those are our best 2 guys, highest ceiling, we're rolling with them. And I think they are there with a lot of these defensive guys as well. And so I think this defense in October is going to be better than in September. November, they're going to be better than October. It's just they're going to keep improving the more experience these guys get. They can keep adding on. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.